Okay. Hello, everyone. I am just messing around with uh, one of my Black Crusade mod that I've been working on. I pretty much ripped it and modified it from a gentleman called Danny Stratton, who did this mod originally for Dark Heresy. Anyway, Black Crusade came out several issues later, and some of the basic rules have changed. Now, Danny Stratton did an awesome job on totally making everything automatic, like dice rolls automatic, damage rolls automatic. He did a just phenomenal job. And unfortunately, when Black Crusade came around, some of the mechanics that Danny designed his Dark Heresy mod for didn't apply to this one. So I had to kind of take what he did and learn from incredible trial and error to figure out how to make it somewhat compatible with the new rules. One of the big changes is your strength bonuses and all that stuff. Previously, your strength bonus in Dark Heresy, these numbers were multipliers. So if it was a 1 or a 2 or a 3, you multiply your number to get your add-on. Now, this here is your total modifier. So if you have a unnatural characteristics of 4, you put in 4 and then adds it together now. So this 4 plus your strength 4 down here in the 47 will be an 8. So I had to make some simple changes like that. Added in a couple of little buttons like your infamy points. Added in a new little characteristic over here. Changed the graphic here so it looks like a Chaos Space Marine. And some of the minor minor things. For skills, fortunately, this is the biggest issue I had. Skills, I had to change the default skills here, but now that all works right. In the talents, one of the things I had to do is I wanted the talents to be clickable so you can open up and read them. So I did that and make your traits in different spots. I made a couple little changes there, and I changed a couple of features here for your power armor or systems where you can type in your the equipment that you have and is there. Something that wasn't in the Dark Heresy mod. Over here, the weapons page, I'm still having a few technical glitches. This works great if it's Dark Heresy, but I had to make some changes. Number 1, for example, primitive. In Dark Heresy, primitive divides your damage by half or something like that. I'm not sure, but it doesn't do the same as it does in Black Crusade. Essentially, primitive is the opposite of proven. Primitive, you can roll only up to a certain number. So if you have primitive 4, you can roll the dice, and if you get any number higher than 4, it only equals 4. Same as proven. Proven is the opposite, where you can always roll higher than a certain number. So if you have a proven 3, you can never roll less than 3. But unfortunately, I cannot figure out how to get that to be automatic correctly. So unfortunately, right now, we still got to use our heads and our brains to work it out. Just kind of remember. The hit locations, all that stuff works the same. Clip size works the same. So that's all good. And let's see, gear. Here's the gear page. Let you know, obviously what gear you have. Psychic powers, unfortunately, psychic powers, I cannot figure this out at all. It's not based. Now it's just a place to put the list of information to. Is nothing. The mechanics is completely different. So this is just a place to be able to write down your information. Sanity down here, you can put in your disorders and your sanity points, corruption points, blah, 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 mutations. All that works the same. XP, same as always. It's all good. And your reference. Yeah, so your reference now, I haven't updated this particular page here yet. That's because there's a couple of new actions that weren't in the previous editions of Dark Heresy that are in Black Crusade. So, but for the meantime, the majority of it's there, so that's all good. The one thing that I had to do to make this work the way I wanted it to, because I'm not a programmer and I'm good at jerry rigging stuff, is I wanted to make these traits drag and droppable because it takes forever to type it in and to see what it is. All right, well, that's not a good example. There we go. So what I did, I created all my traits and talents as if they were items and pieces of equipment. And that's the only way I can get it to work. So I can drag and drop. Like, for example, talents here. If I drag flyer over, oh, sorry, wrong one. Actually just made a complete liar out of me. Where? Oh, I'm sorry. It's not there at all. It's for NPCs. I did it in the NPC section. So that way, when I'm going to create NPCs, this section here, I can just drag and drop them over to here if I need to. Right? So I can go here. There we go. It helps when I'm pulling from the right section. Yeah, so that was why I did that. So I can, these are really items, but I changed the titles and just to, shoehorned it in there so I can be able to drag and drop things over easily. And that way characters or players can do the same thing too. If they were to click on their character sheets, they should be able to do the same thing now. Now that I'm be pulling from the right one. Let's see. No. Okay, maybe not. Anyway, we'll leave that alone. It's been a while since I actually opened this up. So I just did this little combat here, and I figured I'd do some testing with it and just see how it works. So I got some couple of zealots, and I got Thaddeus. Thaddeus is a Khorne berserker, and he gets to go first. His skills, it's all there. So he is going to fire. He's going to do a 3-round burst. He gets a +10 to his roll. And he's within short range, so there's no big deal there. Anyway, so he'll roll the dice, see what happens. 28. 2 degrees of success, that means it gets hit twice. The first one is his right leg. right leg, roll damage. So he is critically wounded. So he's going to go down. He dies. This zealot here, what's he going to do? What does he have? I don't even know what he has. A stub automatic pistol. So his movement, half move, he can move 2 meters. So 1, 2. For some reason, I find it hard to see the squares there. Here we go. And he's going to take a half move to fire at him. He gets a +10. And his skills, he's going to go to skills, gear. He's going to fire 5 degrees of failure. That's a miss. Next. That must have been the one that died. So, yep, delete. Next. Oh. He is going to, his full move is 4 meters. One, 2, 3, 4. Targeted him. He's going to fire with his +10. One degree of failure, so that misses. And next, he's going to do a run, is it? He's going to do a full run, 12 meters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's going to get to there. So then they go to the next round all over again. Now Thaddeus, he's got a chainsword. He's got some talents. And he's got Berserk Charge. So what does that do? Gets +30 to his weapon skill. All right. So he's going to charge here. Bang. And what I like is when I do target, it just makes life so much easier, so much automation, right? So old Thaddeus now, he's going to go into his weapons. He gets a +30 for his charge. So 3 degrees of success, so that's a hit. He's going to roll his damage on his left leg. And then we'll watch what happens to this guy. This guy here is most likely going to die. He puts them into 5 critical. So for these peons like this, get them past critical, they die. So there he is. Bang, dead. Thaddeus is going all out. So he's going to move here. So now he's going to do a aim shot. Now let me see what aiming does. I can't remember. It's a plus 20. It's a plus 20, so he's aiming at him. This guy here is going to charge. He gets a plus. No, he's just going to move up because he doesn't have any weapons. And he's going to fire. Oh, and that's a miss. So needless to say, so far those guys have not even touched him. Thaddeus is going to move up. He's going to take a swing at that dude. That's what it is. When you go to target, it tells you who you're targeting right there, which is kind of neat. So let's see. Skills. Weapons. Chainsword. Oh, that's a big miss. Anyway, this is just fooling around with it. If you were to click on, say if I did damage him, if you look over in this section here, and I'll roll damage, you'll just see what happens. We'll roll damage. You see how it automatically filled it in. So it does some pretty wild stuff, which is kind of cool. And everything's all included, you know, it's all there. Yeah. This is the one role-playing system that I really, really want to GM. But I find it hard to get players for it, mainly because some people tend to have a lot of difficulty playing games where the majority of the characters are selfish characters. And there seems to be a lot of inter-party conflict for hardcore role players, the guys that really want to, guys or girls who really want to get into it. And I really want to get into it. I really want to explore the dark aspect of role playing, because all the games I've always played, we're always the heroes of some sort. But I want to play bad guys, and I want my characters to be bad guys, and I want them to do things and suffer the consequences, and just see how the players themselves can relate to it. Given the free nature where they're not bound by any society or rules, how they would mold their characters into the great anti-heroes that they want to be. But anyway, if anybody out there is ever interested in this, you can download the mod for Fantasy Grounds or for Black Crusade off my blog page. It's all there. Check it out. And yeah, I'm always around. Society of Extraordinary Gamers, or get me on Google Plus. Look for JC Locke. Anyway, guys, I hope this works. I'll talk to you later.